Discretion is advised.
Happy Monday, you are listening and or watching PWNCAST. This is episode 109, and we are in patch 6.2.4. Tonight, we have a lot on the agenda today. We're going to be talking about Legion updates. Lots of Warcraft movie stuff has gone on. A lot of hype as we draw closer to the countries that get it before, of course, the majority of the U.S. But we also have a lot of Legion PvP stuff. There was a thing that was posted, Holinka posted a little bit more insight into the way that PvP is going to work. So we're going to be talking about that and much, much more. So make sure you guys stay right here.
In the World of Warcraft trade chat, troll-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In Azeroth, the dedicated players who call out these asshats are members of the elite squad known as the PWNCAST podcast. These are their story.
I guess that means I have to unmute these fine gentlemen. Welcome back. I did bring the Riders of Rohan with me. I did bring the DK who stays in Blood Presence at least 7 days out of the month. Lycan. I guess he didn't hear me. I forgot to unmute Skype. I introed Lycan's beautiful intro. I don't know if you heard that.
I did not hear it.
Well, you are the DK who stays in Blood Presence at least 7 days out of the month.
Yes.
I didn't come up with that. That was Aja.
That was good.
I know.
Actually, what's funny is I was actually running Mythics today, and yeah, I went back in a foray of tanking, and it was kind of scary.
Did you really?
Yes, none of my bars were set up. Everything was all mixed up. It was quite frustrating, and then like during my weekend while I have a little rant that I'll go off about tanking again, but
That's how I heal. Nothing on my bars. Everything fucked up.
it was
how I heal.
horrible.
Well, at least you lived to tell the tale. I did also bring the monk who thought empowered chi was a type of Viagra, Gemma Banks.
Where'd you buy that at?
Sent to me free supplements. That Aja, she's a dirty lady.
I know, she's nasty.
Victoria, everyone.
Am I the only one that hears the audio?
I could barely hear you, Jim.
Yeah, I think it might be going through the camera.
Yeah.
That's a first. Usually I'm the loud guy. I don't know. I think I sound great. What do you guys think? Not
Yeah, no.
You
I
sound...
really hear you.
Well,
Yeah.
While he's doing his thing, I did also bring the priest who now has to appear in court for trying to shackle the dead to have his way with them. That's so gross. Secret sauce.
I mean, you know, court's fun. You know, can't get enough of it.
The audio's all bad.
Even mine?
No, it's Jim's adjusting, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit of technical difficulties. I do
Yeah, yeah.
apologize, guys. As you can see, I'm on my deathbed. My fever just broke, so I'm
Spreading Freddy?
I'm sweating everywhere. It's
Her water broke.
Yeah, from her forehead.
Yeah, it's a bad time.
Do I sound better?
Sound way better.
You sound way better.
Thank God.
So
That
how is that Viagra?
Aja she's got quite the imagination.
I know.
Also, we should play Russian roulette. Who messes up and says the other person's real life name first?
I know.
You.
I'm gonna try to be on my
It's
game and not.
probably gonna be me, but I've been practicing all week.
Yeah, I don't even know
Probably.
what day it is, so there's that. Well, I am glad that you guys are here. I am going to just mention it, and we're going to move on. Obviously, the whole free world, Overwatch did launch early. My Facebook feed, when I woke up from being passed out in a coma, was just Overwatch, all the things. Yes, everybody's streaming Overwatch. Yes, everybody's playing Overwatch. Yay!
Yeah, my entire friends list is playing Overwatch.
Which is
except
great.
me. So.
Super hype. That's great. That's awesome. There's that. If you're looking.
Nate
for...
went to go play right now.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm out of
there's-
Overwatch is out today.
Overwatch is everywhere. Also,
Not
in
a lot of
light
fun.
of the new battle tag changes, Blizzard is allowing you a one-time change. So even if you had changed your battle tag previously, you can go log in. You'll see the word change next to your battle tag when you're logged in game, and you can change it. Probably the right time to do so if your battle tag was ever anything from when you were like 16 and it's embarrassing. I've had a few friends that have changed it from something that was embarrassing previously. And in light of that, I've removed a lot of people from my battle tag. If you were one of them, I apologize, but with the new
didn't know who
names,
they
I didn't recognize anybody.
Yeah, but
so,
your friends list is like huge too.
it's
so
not even. I don't even have that many friends. I don't
like
even
like 200.
like I no,
See?
I think that's the cap is 200. I don't think I have.
Exactly.
There's people on there that I forget to put notes on, and I don't know who they are.
It gets confusing. I could see you being close to maxed out with all the people in the guild.
No many people even know me that much. That's not even. I don't
Dude,
even have
that's
that many friends.
false.
You're a household name. I think
feel
about
like I'm
that.
going through menopause right now. Guys, I have the flu.
She is not. She's
have the
experiencing
flu.
the first stages of menopause.
I have the flu. They gave me a shot. It's bad. It's a bad time for my world today. Yeah, that doesn't help.
Let's all be Sam's Benadryl and write some some get well comments in the chat.
I took so much medicine earlier that I'm pretty sure I OD'd. I passed out. I told my boss I'm not working today, and I went and the doctor said you have the flu and you're dying, and I'm like, that's pretty much how I feel. So I'm glad that we've. And then I've stayed isolated because I don't want to get the rest of the house sick. So, but it's menopause.
That's very kind of you. I see the Valentina behind you too. You might as well just drink.
I
that.
know. I was gonna
Take a
put
shot
that in my
tequila.
chicken soup, so it would like.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to breathe or taste anything since yesterday, so I'm
That's
assuming
like me every day. So.
But
Do you have any lichen glasses? Because I felt a lot better when I was sick and I got to wear some lichen glasses.
I should.
I'm telling you, it does wonders. And you feel like a superhero. I know why
You
lichen
should
wears
get
those
your
glasses.
oven mitt. You know.
I know. I
It's
did
damn
get
good when I
a.
wear my
I
glasses.
did get a new oven mitt. Lichen, do you still get Loot Crate?
I do not.
I want my
gotta
shirt.
wait.
This trade had to go because of
I
some
want my
financial.
shirt.
No, it's definitely a want and not a need. It's definitely not a necessity.
I got my level up before Sam. Oh,
I know. I barely ordered it
Bell.
though. I only ordered it because I seen it was Lord of the Rings in nature. So my husband's gonna have a meltdown because I just ordered that shit from Think Geek, the Warcraft movie box. He's literally like, I've had 2
Gonna
loot
kill
crates
you.
this month. He's gonna have a heart attack because like he's.
did you buy him anything?
Well, he gets the Marvel box.
Okay.
He gets the Marvels.
It comes with comic books and stuff too.
Yeah,
right?
it's the Civil. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, the last one was a Civil War box.
Yeah, he gets the Marvel box, so he gets different set of like Marvel characters every whatever, which is fine.
Be careful, Belle. Don't get fired.
I know he's gonna be really mad when he sees the rest of the stuff that's coming in the mail for me this month.
Good thing he doesn't watch the show.
No, he doesn't at all. Actually,
So many boxes, so little time.
so little time. Which the Think Geek, if you guys go to thinkgeek.com, you'll see right on the first page there's a Warcraft box. It's got all kinds of stuff in there. When I say all kinds, it
I
doesn't
just want
really
the
have that
lanyard.
many. But I also just wanted the lanyard. It does
want a
ship
shirt.
to EU, so
That's cool.
the Canadians can also buy it. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
We haven't got a desk yet, so I
Yeah,
figured.
hey, so I act like a bitch. I bought the mic over. I've been budgeting like a champ, you know. Savings account going up.
Yeah, for all the
He's
kicks.
such a liar. There's no savings account, guys.
There's a
He's
li-
just saying that. He's just saying that. There's no savings
I have
account.
been watching. You should see me though. Eating a lot less fast food, saving some cash, making some meals.
Tell mom more meatloaf.
No, I make the meat. Well, I can't make meatloaf actually,
Can't make
but
meatloaf. No,
it's a metaphor for I cook for myself.
Yeah.
Any news on Warcraft?
I know. That's a really good segue. So there's been so much movie stuff that it's been a struggle for me to grasp all of the concepts of what's been going on. Like they've had little mini chunks of each character. They've released a little trailer of each one, which is stuff we have seen before. They just put it all in one thing.
Yeah.
But USA Today, they highlighted Travis Fimmel, which he plays Anduin Lothar, and he's very good looking. Just going to throw that out there. Only in the movie, though. In real life, maybe about a 5, but in the movie, I'm digging the vibe.
You got some high
Yeah,
standards.
because you're a nerd.
Sure, he's
You're a
not.
fantasy nerd, so of course
I
you're gonna
know.
be attractive.
So he did give you guys a little walkthrough, which I did. I do have that video that is borrowed. Of course, we don't steal here on the show. We don't condone that behavior. But this would be a good time for Secret and Jim, too. If you guys haven't seen this beautiful Lothar special, I'm going to have you guys watch
Commander,
it.
the Orcs are building a portal through which I plan to bring in. He's also got his flaws, and he's torn between the duty of being a commander at the expense of his family.
You'll have
It's that choice between doing what's right for your family or doing what's right for the whole race.
What are you doing in my city, Spellchucker?
There's a humorous relationship with him and the young rookie mage, Khadgar.
Bookworm.
Respectfully, Commander, my name is Khadgar.
My deepest apologies, Khadgar.
He gets on the nerves of Lothar. He has a potential to step up and help save the humans. Lothar's certainly got a lot of sexual chemistry with Garona, who's a half-orc.
What are you looking at?
She explains that there's bad orcs and there's good orcs, and that we should trust and work alongside with them.
Travis is a really exciting and charismatic actor. Absolutely just a natural leading man.
Everything on the show seems at a bigger scale and scope. We had swords that are like 3 times as big as a normal sword. So we had pre-production training.
You getting taller or what?
But it's not just about fighting. What excites me about this film is there's a real story with this beautiful backdrop of Warcraft and the universe that you're submersed in. And I find it very entertaining that these creatures that are so different join forces to fight together.
If we do not unite, we will perish.
Well, that went well.
That was a nice long look at a lot of things, and I like how he kind of danced around him and Garona's relationship, where he said, what did he say? Their sexual attraction? Is that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
But he never said, like, we're doing it. He said that there was, like, a sexual attraction there, but, like...
Maybe they're leading it into the next movie, because I know canon-wise, they had a relationship. No, they did not have a relationship. Medivh had a relationship with her. So it'd be neat to see, Medivh and her kind of had Medan and the whole new Guardian thing. That's all in the manga, but there's so much stuff going on lore-wise that we won't know until we actually see the movie, because it's definitely not canon. It's definitely not how the movies or the game or the books go.
Interesting.
Right.
So, is she like Jaina then? No.
She sticks to humans.
He was an 8 at the lowest, Sam. Bell.
Wow, right off the bat again, dude.
I know.
like
We're
that.
fortunate because his name is Jimma, so we could always just say Jim, and he would never know which version we meant. So we
I need rehab.
Yeah, we kind of have it easy. Well, I, for one, I'm getting pretty excited. People that are coming from California to Arizona are making plans. It's starting to become real. I'm super hyped. I'm really hoping that people that get access to me hearing somebody opening candy, I don't know who that is. I'm really hoping that nobody ruins it, right? If you guys get access to it before the rest of the world, if maybe you could not,
I just won't open my Facebook for the
yeah,
next,
I'm thinking,
2 days.
but that's like a whole week.
2
People
weeks?
get it. Yeah, that's like 2 whole weeks because people are getting it next week. It's available in places.
Oh, true.
I think
Whatever.
France gets it first. don't they?
27th, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's 4 days they're going to be getting it. So.
So I'm thinking
Bonjour.
that I just don't. If you live in another world, please don't spoil it for me. I wanna.
Don't be a douche magoosh.
Yeah, I wanna just. I don't want any serious spoilers. I don't know what spoilers there can be because we already know the story, which I don't know what subject like it's going to talk about for lore, but I know that at some point we'll probably talk about it, even after the movie's released. But they have to stick to some things, right? Is that?
Well, that's the thought process, but
They
I
can't
mean, it's a
stray
movie.
too
It's
far.
a movie.
They're trying to take, if they were going to do service to the game and actually bring the entire game to the movie, this is definitely not even close to being where the starting point would be.
Right.
There would be so many more backstories they would have to actually add into it, and unfortunately, I don't think that it's going to be close. I mean, we're going to see the big names like Lothar and Khadgar and Medivh and Duratan, but I don't think it's going to be spot on to the lore anywhere even close to being that way.
No, they're just bunching so much into such a short movie that there's no way. So
Right, like their whole idea from what I've gotten from the movie so far, and this is actually what I was going to go over with Lore, and we'll get a little deeper with that, but was that the planet was dying, and that's not the case.
That wasn't the case.
No, they didn't bring anything about Sargeras. They didn't bring anything up about the invasion of Draenor, nothing like that. It's Draenor is dying. They need to find a new place.
Interesting. Well, here's what I do know. There's a lot of people that will be really angry if they stray too far from tradition, story-wise. So I think it's going to be interesting to watch that kind of stuff unfold for sure. There wasn't a whole lot of beta news per se, outside of the PvP stuff, and then they introduced some new toys. I do want to talk a little bit. I said breaking news last week. Then I didn't understand the breaking news. Today, when I went to read the breaking news from last week, I still didn't understand because the cold medicine, which I am on, by the way, lots of it, and it's the good stuff.
Got the syrup.
Yeah, it's the purple, so it's the good stuff.
With some Sprite.
Yeah. But I'm fortunate, Remedy, who is our news writer, got with me earlier to explain it again because I wasn't grasping any concepts at all.
He broke it down to you in English?
He did. So here's how it's going to work. You can change your spec on the whim with no charge.
Okay.
We talked about this maybe 6 months ago, 5 months ago, my frustration, and now I don't get to choose my secondary spec, right? So I can't double Destro. They took that option from me because everybody wanted to be able to easily swap between all the specs. Do I understand it? Yes. Am I happy about it? No. I like being double Destro. I like having a PvP setup, except now you're not going to really need it according to them because you have your PvP talents. But there's still going to be things from a Destro aspect that I'll want to do differently than PvE. That's fine. We'll roll with the punches, guys. That's what we do. We just take it up the rear end when it comes to Blizzard changes, and we just keep right on going. So I'm not going to cry about that because the feature is cool for a lot of people, such as druids, where you just easily go back and forth between the different specs, the DKs, all that stuff. You get to just easily be able to do that on a whim without having to go and do this big complicated thing to swap. So from a utility aspect, if you're doing, say, you're tanking, say Lycan's tanking, but they need him to swap to Frost, he can do that quickly on a whim without having to go see anybody. So I do understand the appeal of allowing that utility. So I'm not going to really complain about that. Now, people said, okay, you're letting us have all this stuff for free. Now we're feeling like it doesn't mean anything. Of course we're going to complain. So we're going to complain no matter what anybody does. Yeah. So everybody took to the forums, and they were all frustrated because it doesn't feel like the fantasy. Because, fuck, guys, what do you want from Blizzard? Like,
people need to go outside.
God, poor Blizzard. So
yeah, Bill, go outside.
I know. I'm still sweating.
You might need some sun. That might help.
Profusely. I don't think it's bad.
Let's see the shirt.
No, I can't even show you. It's really, and the air's on like 70. I think it's because my fever broke. It's bad. So there's no charge to swap your spec. For talents, you need to be in a safe zone or a rest area to be able to swap in between your talents. So you have to be, in a non-danger zone. You have to be in a safe spot. The War Tome. Oh, I see what Remedy was talking about. I spelled tome wrong. He changed it. Thank God for him. War Tome of the Sharpened Mind. This is made by a scribe, which is cool because it gives us something to do since they basically pissed all over the glyph situation. So this gives us something to do. And what happens is this can be dropped on the ground for other players to allow them to be able to change their talents, which interesting.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, like an interesting kind of concept where we're all in a group thing and we're getting ready to go ham sandwich and kill some shit. You guys need something. I can provide it. So essentially I'm like your drug pusher, right? So I drop this thing on the ground. Its duration is 5 minutes, and then players within 10 yards can take advantage and swap their talents with this tome.
What's the cooldown on it?
Yeah, that's the big thing.
I actually don't know the answer to that question.
That's cool.
Hang on, I will find the answer.
But I'm probably never going to play my
I know that since its duration is 5 minutes, I would really hope that the cooldown wouldn't be
15 minutes.
Let me see if I can get some information. Hold, please. See if I can confirm that, unless...
So for the rest of the expansion, we can call you Double D while you can roll Double Destro. Save some syllables.
I mean, I'm in.
Might as well make a new tune.
And I have a lot of cold medicine, so I won't even care. Pretty much anything goes right now. I know we
Anything?
Hey,
Well,
even what I'm
something
looking up
sweet.
on Wildhead, it just says set a tone down, allow nearby changes adjust talents, but it doesn't even.
Maybe it doesn't have a cooldown.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, you would think it would. Well,
I mean, look at Mage Food. I mean, what's the cooldown on that? 5 minutes, something like that.
is it normally the cooldown, the duration? Don't those two normally speak to each other on that level? Am I?
Yes.
Let me see. Hold on.
Normally, yeah.
Yeah. It's not
Normally,
every
your
day I
duration's
use
not
Mage
gonna
Food.
yeah, normally your cooldown's not gonna outlast your. Your duration is not gonna outlast your cooldown, but.
Hang on, I'm looking right now. I just want to make sure we get the right information. But still, I appreciate them giving something to the scribe to make them important. Glyphs aren't going to be as serious because you're going to be able to glyph your spells. So, is that going to be as serious? Let's see. Oh, yeah, it totally...
And
I don't think there is a cooldown.
That's cool.
And back to the whole idea of people saying that this is going to get rid of the aspect of the RPing part.
It's because it's in stacks, so once you use it, it's gone. You have to make another one. So that would explain there not being a cooldown. So that makes sense. Sorry, go ahead, Lakin.
No, that's okay. But this is gonna, if you think about the RP part of this, it really makes a whole hell of a lot of sense, because if I know Blood and I know Frost, it really doesn't make sense if I need to go back and I know my class knows all 3 specs to have to go all the way back, see a trainer, have them train something that I may have been in the past, come all the way back to the raid. People just need to calm down. I think what's nice about this is that it's going to give a lot more flexibility towards raids. It's going to give a lot more flexibility to, okay, you know what, I've never tanked before and I'm just filling in, but I had to get rid of a whole different spec to do this. It makes sense. I mean, it's about time that something like this puts in there, especially for the hardcore raid progression teams. I think it'll work out perfectly for them.
I agree. I think that's pretty... I like the fact that they're making certain things important. So although I'm super sad to see Mass Res leave from being in a guild, I'm also super excited to see it on heal classes, though. I think that that's nice, because then healers feel like they're needed, right? Like, how many times have we, even recently, when we're in a mythic whatever, and I'm like, I don't even need a healer. I'm a freaking warlock. Like, I could do anything I want. I don't even need a healer. But you do, and it's nice for healers and for each role to feel equally as important as the next role. I think the only roles that don't really feel important is DPS, because they're so replaceable. Like, literally, just
Dime a dozen.
they're everywhere. But I think it's nice that healers get to made feel important, and they get that role. You know, already am I playing God because I decide whether you live or die. Now I get to decide whether or not you're resurrected, and you can't circumvent that by having, guild mass res. So don't piss your healers off, guys.
You stand fire. I don't heal people.
That's a lesson to be learned. So I thought that was pretty neat, and I apologize that I didn't know what that even meant last time. I literally
breaking news, everyone.
He laughed at me because whatever. Tons of new toys, right? So who doesn't like toys? I love toys. We all love toys. Let's talk about the new toys coming in Legion. The vial of green goo. Splash yourself with ooze, transforming into a leper gnome. Gross. But that's so nasty. Just think, Blizzard has an obsession for goo and poo, right? Yep. So we'll talk about it during our week in WoW, but I've been doing Lore Master, and I've came across 3 quests already where I had to sift through a pile of poo for some purpose. So yeah. Green vial of green goo, and then you have wisp in a bottle, which lets a wisp out of a bottle, kind of like a genie? Question mark.
Is there a message in that bottle?
That's what I was wondering.
Christina Aguilera.
Which version of her? Because some versions definitely
were better than the others.
Yeah.
She's aged gracefully, though. What a lady.
Kind of. Never mind. It's not the appropriate time. The unstable powder box.
Whoa, explain. Tell me a toy story.
Open the ominously glowing makeup box. Is there crack in there? I
just need to powder my nose.
Boom. Whole face.
Is it just funny to me because I'm on cold medicine, or it's just really funny?
You're on cold medicine.
I've known people that have unstable powder blocks before, and they've always had the sniffles, and I never understood why.
You also have Maggie or Magi focusing crystal. I'm sure Remedy will tell. Is it?
Yeah. MAGI.
Well, fuck off. All right. Well, what he said. Focus what was once a powerful arcane beam that targets in front of you. Okay.
It's like photon blast.
I don't really know what it is, but Caldori light globe. Place a Caldori light globe for 1 minute. These are all in Suramar.
Are these dungeons going to be dark? I mean,
no. The vial of green goo is actually, it drops from somebody, but most of these are in the new zone, Suramar. You also have the Displacer meditation stone. Focus on the stone and think about your happy place. I probably should buy that.
I want one.
Why do I feel like there's going to be an Adam Sandler reference somewhere in the visual that you see with this toy? If I see a chick in a bikini pouring me lemonade, I'm going to know.
I was wondering where the reference was from. The midget runs by.
Yeah, the midget.
I'm going to have to bust out my hand use my testicle one for that one. You never saw my testicle macro? So there's an item in the game called a test tickle.
Oh.
And I hand everybody my testicle in raids. You never saw me do that?
I don't
There's
recall.
my happy place.
Well, I want to raid with you now.
I'll find the Wildhead link and put it in the chat. There's a testicle out
sounds
there.
like a felony, maybe. I'm not really sure. That might be illegal. You also, in light of that, you have the Arcano shower to go along with the testicle.
Wow.
Deploy the Arcano, I don't know, shower for 2 minutes. The arcane flows not only cleanse through the clothes, they also... What?
Yeah.
Oh, they cleanse the clothes as well.
Through the clothes.
I don't know what that means, but I feel like the shower and the testicles might go together to make a party. I don't know.
Is the shower golden?
I don't know.
Well, arcane is blue, right? It's like a bluish...
Bluish purple.
And then we have the mana basin. Creates a floating mana basin. Party and raid members can use the basin to acquire mana catalyst, increasing the regen of conjured foods.
Really?
Seems
I guess
cool.
It's out of combat shit, so.
And this is stuff you find in treasure chests in the Suramar, which I wanted to have video of the Suramar zone. Can I just tell you that I died a lot? So the only video I have is of me dying a lot.
Sweet.
Yeah, because it's a level 110 zone, and I'm not level 110. I cheated to make it there, because I was trying to cheat. Instead of leveling my character, I cheated, and I jumped and did a thing, and I died a lot.
So what level are you right now?
I can't tell you that.
Well, can't you roll a level 110?
So you can, but the problem with that is it still sucks. Like, I'm on a level 110 and I went to Suramar and I still died a lot, and I don't know why. Maybe because I didn't level to acquire, because I'm wearing PvP gear. Because when you roll a level 110, you start off with base PvP gear. So maybe that had something to do with it, but I really did. They laughed at me in Zoom because I was dying every 5 minutes. The mobs, though, are pretty legit.
Pretty intense.
But I was trying to find, I think I was doing something for Jim. I was trying to confirm like a pet battle.
I was just going to say, how many pet tamers have you destroyed?
I think that's what I was looking for, is that pet thing that we were talking about, the menagerie. I was trying to confirm if that was actually a pet menagerie or something else. And I darted across oncoming traffic in Suramar and I died a lot.
So so you weren't talking about the new Dalaran, you're talking about another area?
No, I was talking about the Sumar. Oh. Remember, I think it was supposed to be news, but we couldn't confirm if it was actually a pet menagerie or just a random zone for people to be in. So, guys, that's pretty much it.
You made it.
I know.
Don't you feel good? Still sweating?
It's pretty bad.
Sweating to these oldies.
Literally. Literally. Okay. I hate them right now. Really bad. Okay. So let's talk about PvP. Now, so much change has happened, and even currently, nothing is kind of set in stone the way that we're doing things. So, we already know gear isn't the important matter in PvP. This has caused a lot of issue in the communities. People are angry. So, honor and conquest, those aren't going to be a thing, right? They've taken that. You don't need to worry about that. So, Holinka, they did talk about some of the things. I'm going to read it as it's stated here, because if I improvise, it's not going to be explained properly because I can barely even speak English right now. So, PvP gear will not be from any kind of vendor, right? So you won't be getting your PvP from your vendor. Every point above item level 800, your stats in PvP are increased by 0.1%. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to be getting additions to your gear, if I understand that correctly. So with someone with, say, like an item level 900, you only get 10% stronger than someone with, say, 800 item level gear. So the same increase that 10 item level increase gives in Warlords. When you win a battleground, a skirmish, an arena, or a rated battleground, you have a chance to receive a piece of gear directly. So a little bit of RNG gods there. We're kind of at the mercy of what they feel like you should get. That part kind of sucks. Not gonna lie,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat and
Even
say
for
that's
me,
wonderful.
like, since I don't even PvP, so...
Yeah, that's awful. Anytime you are awarded gear, it is a chance to have its item level increased further. Your first few victories per week in each rated bracket will return a guaranteed piece of gear, which has its item level increased based off your rating in that bracket. Interesting. We're going to get back to that. Gear will not be adjusted for World PvP. So gear will not be adjusted for World PvP, and all bonus legendaries, etc. will work. Anything goes. So, that last part was interesting. So, you get an increase based off your higher bracket. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, people complained that randos coming in that were casual were going to be able to beat them because everybody was equal, but not really. Because let's say, we'll use Bloke as an example, right? Sometimes Bloke is serious PvP, sometimes he's not. Most of the time he's not. So he's not going to be able to come in and beat, say, Jim, who's in there every week and is rated in whatever he's doing. Because he's not going to get the higher stat gear, the higher item level gear, as, say, the casual. So I'm thinking that that's the way that they've stopped the bitching. Because let's be real here. These big shot PvP guys are the ones that are complaining. And I'm going to tell you why, because I believe in being honest. They're complaining because they don't want anybody to come in and beat them at their game because that's their money, right? If Jim goes in guns a-blazing and beats, I don't know, whatever the top... We'll say Sea-Doo, right? Or Hansel, whatever.
Easy.
He comes in and beats them. That's their money. How do you explain you got beat by a non-ranked player,
by a
right?
rookie.
Yeah, you got beat by someone who just came in guns blazing. That's your money. So with that combined with the PvP talents, this just means that there really is going to be a separation between those who are just hopping on and doing bullshit and those who are actually trying for it. So like, if you're in there and you're doing it every day and you're getting a higher bracket, you're doing more, you're going to get the best gear, you're going to get the best item level.
You're going to be on top of the game.
You're going to be able to prestige to get your honors, so you're going to have the best talents. But this also means people that just do rando stuff can do this as well. So if you're just a battleground warrior, you can be just your battleground warrior and you can use that as a means to level your honor. Great. That's awesome. You can go in there and do your battlegrounds, and then you can go and do raideds with your guild or your friends on the weekends. You don't have to do, there's not such a huge catch-up mechanic even needed for the gear, because everybody starts off equal. So, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Some of you guys that are hardcore PvPers that are listening or watching, I'm sure you guys will tell me. You guys don't have a problem telling me when I'm wrong. So, what
I think it sounds like they
though?
just reward the people for playing. I think it's just time put in.
Yeah.
I think that's how I understand it.
Yeah, the
and
more
then
time
you don't have
the better
to
stuff you're going to get out of it.
Yeah, and it sure as hell beats having to wait for an Ashran group who I'm sure they'll run it really good, but it's just to run these mindless objectives to be geared. Let them PvP.
You can do while you're watching Netflix. There's no thought process behind it.
Yeah.
Like, and what do you think? You're on and off when it comes to certain things, like as far as you have your focus, right? So sometimes you focus PvP. How do you feel about the changes?
I think a lot of people are going to be satisfied that guys like me who, outside of being kicked off the RPG teams, like I said, if I want to start late
I got kicked off. Don't feel bad.
No, but like if I wanted to start late in the season, I can't just run a whole bunch of regular battlegrounds, get geared up, and then boom, go right into an RPG and expect to survive. For these people that are putting the time into it, for me, say I join a team late season, I am going to definitely be well under geared, because these guys that are maybe 16, 17, 1800 rating at that point, I'm not going to be anywhere close to being as powerful as they are. I'm wondering though if the upgrade system is going to be more like how they do with the legendary rings right now, where
Broken up
like
in
how you do
stages.
where you work it up in stages, so you can keep upgrading that gear, and how they've been doing the gear upgrade system as it is, which I think is pretty badass.
Oh, you're wondering if there's a cap too?
Right, like as you go through, okay, you've upgraded, you've got a piece of level 800 gear that has been upgraded all the way up to 900 gear. Does it stop there? Do you keep on going? Does it start adding diminishing returns? Let's say if a piece of 800 gear gets you up to 850, now you start earning less of an upgrade every time you win a battleground, all right? Less of an upgrade every week because you've upgraded it to a certain point.
That's a good point.
That makes sense.
Right. It'd be neat to see if, unless they plan on just going balls to the wall and saying, okay, here, we're just
Let the kid who didn't sleep for 6 days after hitting 110 just like be this god mode person in a battleground. I don't think.
Right.
I think you hit it on the head. I think there will be some sort of a cap at some point, or in stages. Maybe not a cap, but some sort of stages to progress.
Or even if it's like a diminishing return to where you get, okay, as the further you get closer to that cap, it's harder and harder to achieve those upgrades. Just so that you don't have, like you said, that 16-year-old kid that has no job, that skips school. Right. There's still going to be the point where you're going to have skill, and skill is going to be required for it. But, I don't want to see somebody who just spends all that time in there just to get level 900 gear and get capped out for that, be able to do it within a certain amount of time.
And I think that's something that the big guys kind of forget. I think people in general, they get so afraid that their accolades are going to be taken from them, that the segregation is going to make them equal with other people. And on a large scale, I understand that feeling and I get it. But we talked about this heavily in Mists of Pandaria. We talked right before Warlords came out. And we had a whole show about what if there was a balance? What if everything was created equal and it really did depend on your skill cap? It really did depend how good you were, right? On a personal level, how skilled you were, how much in tune you were with the spec that you played, and how you have to feel your character, especially when it comes to PvP. Like that shit, you have to really be kind of one with your character in that aspect, because you ice block too soon or you fear too soon. Even just the smallest misstep can ruin a game. So I think what happens is, I think with PvP, it's been largely ignored. I think we can agree with that. I think they've put the PvP on the back burner as far as priorities go, and I think that comes in lieu of pushing other video games that they make. So I totally understand that, but I think this is showing that they are giving some due process here to PvP, and I think that they are taking a lot of things into consideration. And how awesome is it going to be? We don't have to fucking go back to Ashran, right? I don't know about anybody else. I love Ashran. Don't get me wrong. I love Ashran. Mm-hmm. I don't love Ashran anymore, right? Like, we've had our relationship. Ashran's been really clingy,
It's time to move on.
Yeah, it's
not
time.
you, it's me.
I don't want to cuddle anymore. Like, I don't want to give you attention anymore. I want to be done with you. Kind of how we were tired of Garrosh. Like, I just don't go away angry. Just go away. Let's part ways and let's move on. So I don't know what any of this.
Ever.
No, side chick never. I don't know what any of this means because I haven't had a chance to put any of it into play. As soon as I'm done with the bird flu or whatever it is I fucking have, I will be doing a lot of PvP.
Ebola.
I think Blizzard. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
I was just going to say, I think Blizzard did a better job balancing the PvE gear and the PvE gear this expansion for what it's worth. I think they tried in MoP and had some successes, but I think so far this last expansion was one of the more successful times of balancing the two gears.
I agree with that statement.
And even with that, too, for those who are out there saying, well, Blizzard just doesn't care about PvP anymore, bullshit. They had complaints of people getting mythic gear, coming in under mythic gear, and just wrecking face. So they fixed that to where, okay, so your gear's going to get taken back a bit as you walk into a PvP setting. Then they had people complaining, well, gear's the only thing, and, we need some more diversity to the groups. And so they've done some ways to sit there and say, okay, well, hunters, if you walk into a PvP section, you're going to go ahead and drop your stats against other players on certain spells. So I think they are doing a conscious effort to make sure that the PvP is there. Look at BlizzCon. They don't have PvE competitions.
Well, they do.
You know,
they
they have the
rating.
race.
But that's
Yeah.
it, though. There's no, like, dungeons or...
Yeah, there's
Right.
not like the best 5-man dungeon group.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, but that's all they have is that invitational race with the 2 raid teams, and they're not even necessarily the best 2 raid teams in the world. They're just invitational. PvP is their bread and butter when it comes to BlizzCon. You know, they don't want to see that fail, because if it does fail, that...
I think that's why
I'm
they
not
put
the
this
basic-
nice. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I say I'm not the naysayer, but it might be the end of the end if they completely screw over
When
the
they've
PvP.
changed, they've changed the
want-
rules for Battle to BlizzCon now. You don't have to be ranked. You have to just qualify. So, a lot of people were... The forums, man. The forums.
Stay
much
off
forums.
them. Don't even
it's
read it.
awful. So people, all the higher up guys were pissed the fuck off. What do you mean you're going to let a bunch of randos come in and try for BlizzCon?
Who
How
cares
dare
if they
you?
beat you fair and square?
That's
That's
what
why
I
I don't
said.
get. I don't even get that argument.
It's that
like-
attitude of, I'm the best.
The entire
Well,
But
are
they
you?
also put a safety net too if the MLG or the PvP arena flops, or if it's not as successful. They've still got Heroes. They've still got Overwatch.
They
They've
do.
still got
But these guys,
StarCraft.
these big
Koreans.
streamers, these big hot and heavy PvP guys were pissed off because then any scrub is able to come in, which I understand. I'm not saying
Hey.
I don't get it. However, if my bum
That's
ass comes in and
dope
beats
as
you,
fuck.
I deserve to be
Yeah.
there, right? If I'm the best of the best and somebody comes and whoops me in my own house,
Nimoto.
it's yours. Like,
Well, I would think the
take
people
it.
that could even have a chance to beat some of the best players would have to have some sort of ranking anyway. So
Of course,
There has to
just
be a
man up
skill.
and do the match.
Yeah.
Basically, I agree.
So it's going to be an exciting. I'm looking forward to the tournament. A couple of my friends
Yeah.
are trying to qualify, and I'm looking forward to seeing a new era where we break down walls. Let's break down barriers, guys. Trump's trying to build fucking walls. Let's tear that fucking shit down.
Break down the wall.
Let's make it happen. That was my speech.
PvP, great again.
Yeah, let's
That's
make.
my best Trump impression.
I got nothing else in that avenue because I'm really upset that I was sick on the day we were talking about this PvP stuff because I had a lot more to say, but
I think you did well.
it's not
Yeah.
all there. It's definitely
Kind
not
of sound
all
like
there.
yourself.
Yeah, we want to limit your reading, and I think you covered all the topics pretty good. Is there more?
There was a lot I had to say about it, but
Yeah.
there will
Well,
be
you
time
are-
for that. So
You are one of the more passionate viewers of those arena tournaments that I've ever seen. So she's a true
it's
supporter of
embarrassing,
those.
actually. I go full on fangirl in like 2.3 seconds as soon as it starts to get like, yeah.
What was that guy you were? So I was rewatched the costume contest a week ago of the BlizzCon. What was that guy that hosted it that you were so in love with?
There's
Who's
several.
was it a Trekkie guy that was the host?
No, it was the.
Will Wheaton?
Oh yeah, no, he was awesome. Not a
thought of
physical
you, yeah.
attraction there though, just more of a nerd attraction because
Yeah.
he's not attractive at all. But
You were hyped.
I did. I was so excited. And then when I watched the tournament, Venruki and Lore were shoutcasting with Supatees, actually. Which Supatees, in general, is a better shoutcaster than a lot of people I've ever met before. I love watching Supatees shoutcast because he totally gets me hyped. But, and Supatees is, I'm pretty sure he was a druid before he started doing shoutcasting. I'm pretty sure he PvP'd as a druid, if memory serves me correctly. But I did stalk those guys. That was the same time the camera guy fell asleep, and I was pissed off because the
She's like tweeting, trying to get
I
people
did.
to
I
lose their
tweeted
job.
to Laura, and I was
Fire
like,
this guy.
I was like, "Hey, bro, your camera boy fell asleep," and then somebody came out and woke him up. I wasn't his biggest fan, probably, but
Was there a bunch of? I didn't look into it. Was there a bunch of bans that happened again, or potential bans to come
we're still
for
waiting.
third party?
So
yeah.
for the, are you talking about like the band that plays at BlizzCon, the closing ceremony?
No, the ban hammer. Like, wasn't there like some news on like the ban hammer where more people got suspended for third party, or is that to come?
So that is another wave to come. They did talk about how they're going to be attacking that also in Legion.
Careful.
They're making that one of their number one priorities when it comes to third party usage and botters. So, guys, if you're doing this, I'm pretty sure half of my guild is missing because of bans.
Really?
So yeah, I'm sure. But whenever you see somebody that's really active and then they're just gone,
I can only name one person.
Well,
and it killed our Mythic rating group. Like, we were ready to
Yeah.
kill Arkham on Mythic, and then the bans happened. And
yeah.
it's-
So we need
Yeah,
to
that's
be
exactly
aware
it.
and we need to understand the consequences of our actions, and just don't do it, guys.
I'd say no.
I like what they're doing, and not to change the subject to Overwatch, but I like what they're doing with Overwatch.
Well, they have to though. Overwatch
Rubber
is a lot of
band, man.
hacks. They have
For
to.
me. first time you are caught and they can confirm that you're using third-party software, you are automatically permanently banned.
A game like Overwatch, it's really easy to use hacks. So they don't have a choice. They have to. That's just something, I mean, it's really easy to cheat in Overwatch.
Yeah, because they're using targeting things already. But I think, I honestly
Call of Duty.
That the 6-month bans aren't, you know my stance on this. Cheating is cheating, and the 6-month bans is not harsh enough for me.
It's just like relationship, folks. If you're thinking it in your head, you're already doing it. Doesn't mean do it, just so we're clear. I'm not giving you guys life advice here.
Go ahead.
Don't take my life advice anyway. I don't know shit. Okay, so
That's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, just let you guys know. All right, so I know Lycan has some lore for us. I know that he wanted to do, I don't know what he's doing, but I know it's really difficult to do any kind of movie stuff because without having seen it, we don't really know what's going on in its entirety, but I'll let you take it away.
Before he starts, let's salute him for that epic run he had of all the class halls and all that content on the YouTube channel, all the research and the way you explained it, and I learned a lot. So thank you for teaching.
And you're welcome. And you know what? I appreciate it. I enjoy doing the lore, and I wanted to sit down and we were talking it over with a bunch of the members between the PDQ and the Facebook admins, and they were saying, hey, why don't you do lore on Doratan and on the movie part of it, explain that it's not canon and explain what's going on. Unfortunately, unless you guys want to go ahead and start a GoFundMe and fly me to France next week, or actually in 4 days, and take care of my passport and hotel stay and everything like that, it's going to be almost impossible to do so. But some of the things that I just wanted to touch base on before people actually start going out and seeing this movie coming up here within the next week or two. Don't take this movie as 100% fact and this is how it's going to be. The movie that we're talking about, it, like I said, it's there for entertainment purposes. And if you're a diehard lore fan like myself and you're going to go into this going, hey, this is all going to be great, I'm going to learn so much about the lore, you're going to be very greatly mistaken. Example, and this is the big part that I keep referring back to a lot of people that I discuss with and have shown the big difference. With the movie, they've already described the movie as the reason the orcs came over here was because the planet was dying. There wasn't enough food, blah, 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 blah. That is not why they came here. We have to go back. If you're looking canon, if you're looking lore-wise, what happened was, we had Sargeras chasing Velen all through the universe, finally lands on Draenor, convinces the orcs to get rid of their shamanistic society, go Fel, go Warlock, start attacking them, and they leave. They build the dark portal between Medivh and Ner'zhul. Medivh had been fetal possessed. We went back to that a couple months ago about being fetal possessed. He was fetal possessed. When he finally became to a certain point where he was able to go ahead and, Sargeras said, okay, he's taking control of him. He comes out of the coma. He gets with Ner'zhul through this whole mind link thing. They build the dark portal. They bring the orcs over here. It was Medivh that brought him over here with Sargeras' help. The planet did not start dying until after the Second War. This is the first war that we're talking about with the movie. The first war was the original, sacking of Stormwind. They came over, they started attacking. What happened with Draenor, and the reason Draenor exploded, and the reason we see Draenor compared to Outland, was Ner'zhul was not just happy of conquering one world. He opened up numerous portals to numerous different worlds. The planet just could not handle it. It destroyed itself. It blew up, and that is why it looks like it does in the 60 to 70 leveling area. So none of this is going to be canon. People are saying, about Garona, and they're freaking out because Garona looks so much more half human, half orc. They haven't even gone in to describe who the hell the Draenei are and why, the Draenei are involved in this. So really the big thing about this is going into it is just relax. It's going to be there for entertainment purposes only. If you know anybody who's interested in the game, there are a couple actually, movie theaters throughout the country that are offering free games to go along with it. I believe we covered it on the PWNCAST page, and I'm not sure if we did it on the PDQ or not, but there are different ones we're on there. So just relax, watch the movie, and take it for what it is. Some of the characters may actually survive. They're saying, well, why are there brown orcs? They haven't even gone in to describe what the green orcs are. I understand they do want to make a trilogy out of this, and I forget the director.
Thank God.
What's the director's name?
Duncan
Jones. Duncan Jones already said he would like to do more than just the one movie. I would like to see them go into more of a prequel and why they ended up where they're at, but without actually seeing the movie, without actually seeing what directions they're going, there is really no way for me to tell lore-wise on where to go.
I still don't understand why in the movie Thrall is green and Duratan is not.
Right.
That was the big question. I think maybe they're trying to describe the bad orcs, quote unquote, bad orcs to the good orcs with the green and brown. I don't know, because you see Duratan working with
is Thrall's mother, yes?
Yes.
What? Draka's also brown.
Yes.
I don't understand.
She should have been green.
Green is when they drank, right? Do I have that accurate? Right. They've drank.
So what happened is in order for them to enslave the orcs, you had Sargeras sent out Manaroth, and they drank the blood of Manaroth. By doing so, it added that fell tinge to them, but they were forever bound to Manaroth at that point.
The color also matters to the Pit Lord, right? Because I remember in Draenor we had talked about another Pit Lord that we thought maybe Kilrog had drank from because his skin was like a gray or something. Do you remember that conversation? Oh, sorry, I just went through puberty.
Yeah, it's never been confirmed with the colors of the pit of them, because even if you go to Outland itself, we do see red fell orcs.
Okay.
So I mean, it's never been really confirmed that these are the colors themselves are actually bound to the pit lord that they drank from, because we even discussed too. Did they go back and actually retcon it, and were they going to retcon the reason that these were different colors?
Word again? Is that word again? Retcon.
I've used fetal possession and retcon in this conversation.
The fetal possession still creeps me out.
But when they do drink from the blood of whatever pit lord that they had, they become bound to that pit lord. So they don't have their own free will. And it wasn't until after they were actually so far away from Manaroth and the pit lords that they were able to actually break that connection. We're talking internment, and you can actually see the orcs start getting real lazy.
But they still have the same power, though.
Not as much as they used to, because when the orcs first started, all the orcs were a very shamanistic society. They never heard of warlock. They never heard of using the twisting nether to do any of this. When they took on that persona, they came over here. After the Dark Portal was destroyed, they started putting all these orcs into internment camps, into these big prisons. We see that with the level 70 instance where we try to get Thrall taken out of the internment camp. So as they're doing that, you always notice it, right? But you notice the humans or the orcs are just kind of walking around all very lazy. They lost that connection. So once they lost that connection, they lost that power that drove them, and it actually put them in almost this very lethargic situation. So they have to have that closeness or that connection to that pit lord. That's where they draw their power. And until they can actually break that connection, they're still slaves to them. I think what they did is after they always got the green tinge, Thrall was one of them. His parents did drink from the blood, therefore he was green. But what they noticed with a lot of it, it's a very small thing you pick up in the lore, is their red eyes. When they have that red eyes, they're bloodlusting. They've got that fire in their heart. They're ready to go ahead and kill it at the drop of a dime, ready to just destroy anything that's in front of them. But a lot of them lose that red eyes. They lose that look in their eyes that shows that they're filled with that fell energy. So where they're going with this to why he's green and why they're not, I don't know. What we do know of him is that he was, his parents were killed here, and he was found by Blackhand, not Blackhand, but I can't remember his name right now. But he was found, and that's how he came to Earth and become very, not the Earth, but Azeroth, and came to be in those internment camps is because he was found. So why he's green and they are not, I don't know. He was actually found.
So Remedy said Thrall was born after the Fell Curse. I just still don't understand why he's green.
Read a book.
Right. He should be.
No, but I'm saying,
But his parents should be color. Green.
That's what I thought. That's really the only thing that's confusing. I understand why Thrall is green. I'm saying why is nobody else green? Why aren't
Because-
his parents of really great?
Let's take a look at what's his name, Garrosh. Garrosh is a brown orc. Why is Garrosh a brown orc? Is because he was born before the Turks. He was born before his father.
Well, Grommash was brown also. Grommash was not green.
Grommash turned green. You're
When?
thinking Grommash of
Oh,
this
I'm thinking Draenor Grommash.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
that makes sense.
when he drank the blood of the original one. When he drank the blood of Manaroth, he turned green.
They could stop time hopping and doing alternate timelines. That'd be fucking great.
That'd
If
be
you could just-
fantastic.
Yeah, if you could just stick to one, so I don't have to. It's like a Marty McFly, like Back to the Future type of situation, where I don't even know what direction is what direction. Are we even in the presence now? Because we're in an alternate timeline. So when Legion comes, we're going back to our current state, right?
There you go. Supposedly.
With the way the current timeline works, and this is where it gets very confusing. Once it's very easily explained by this. Once we went back 30 years to Draenor. Okay. Once that was created and that connection between Azeroth and Draenor was connected, or where we're sitting at now, those timelines are forever intertwined.
Okay.
It is technically the same time now. Now, there is another Azeroth, most likely, in the alternate universe. But we're never going to reach there because the whole Dark Portal is never going to be created to go to there.
Okay.
It's the connection between this timeline. When you come out of this timeline and go back to, they're basically running the same course right now. You know, if you think of the two dots, kind of add a couple more dots. You know, okay, we're going to skip about 30 years, and now we're together.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so both of them are the same timeline now, but it's, you know, when you look at the old ways, you know, if you look at the old Grommash and the original one, he was green. It's the current one that sits on this alternate universe. And again, we had to go to this alternate universe. You know, we had to go back to here to get this Gul'dan, because this Gul'dan, and what we've learned through...
Crotchety no matter what world he's in, really. He's just
right.
Old and mean. He reminds me of Corella DeVille.
But look at what we've learned in Chronicles, though. We learned in Chronicles that this Azeroth, which I've been preaching now for ages, that this Azeroth is special. Because this Azeroth, we find out, is a Titan. Inside Azeroth, at the core of Azeroth, is a new Titan that is sitting there. And we find this in Chronicles. So this Titan means something. We had to go to that Draenor to get that Gul'dan.
So there'll be nuances of both timelines in Legion.
Oh, most likely, yeah. Because you're going to bring, you know, Gul'dan's going to play a very important part in this. And we're going to find out why I'm sure we're going to find out why we had to go back and get that Gul'dan.
And I love that he's old as shit and still doing his thing, right? Like, he's so old that he literally is like Hunchback and can barely even move. But he's still destroying people all over the place. He's powerful.
OG, homie.
Two, that this Gul'dan is 30 years younger than where our Gul'dan died. Or than what our Gul'dan would have been.
When we killed Gul'dan.
Right. That old and crotchety guy, that is just... He is so corrupted.
Yeah. Ugly's always corrupted, though. Like, you don't ever see, like, a good-looking villain, right? Like, you don't ever see, like...
Arthas was good-looking.
Yeah, but not really, though. Before, but, like, after, the corruption always makes them uglier, right? Like,
yeah.
I long for the day when there's, like,
a
really good-looking villain, you know? Like a studly villain that stays studly and isn't, like...
She's getting all hot and bothered, guys.
Broke down, and
Give her a
it's just
second.
the sweats, dude. It's the same.
I was going to say Garrosh. And if
not
you
even cool.
Even Garrosh turned all kind of tentacly at the
Yeah,
last.
they all look really weird. I just long
Right.
for the day when there can be a hot villain, because sometimes I want a bad boy. I don't always want the good guys. You know what I'm saying? Moving right along, because my medicine is starting to wear off.
Kick in.
No,
Turn
it's
it
starting to
up.
wear off.
But yeah, that, like I said, just take this for what it is. You know, don't try to compare this movie lore to the game lore, because it's not going to happen.
Right.
You know, if you try to draw the comparisons and come back in, it's not going to be there.
You're going to be very upset.
Go and enjoy your entertainment. You know, we've waited
10 years?
15 years now?
Yeah.
No, even more. You know, back to going to people were saying it's
Right.
like Warcraft 1. Let's get it out. You know, let's get a movie about this. It would be great. We've waited so long for it. Just enjoy the movie. And again, I'm still taking donations to go to friends.
I was going to say, if everyone's going to go through that effort, I should really go. I know you're the lore guy, but I've got a little bit of Francais in my repertoire, so...
Is it because you're Canadian?
Yeah?
Are you French Canadian?
Nope.
I could use a translator.
I got my 52% in grade 9. I said, I'm done with Francais. I'm out of here.
I took French in high school.
You took France, huh?
I bet you're more fluent.
I was obsessed with this little boy named Antonio who was Spanish, and obviously he spoke French very great because he's already Spanish, and it was a pleasure.
You got that double.
I know, it was a pleasure. But I took French. I took French. Fuck, I can't. Guys, I don't even know how I'm even sitting here. I took it because I was rebelling against the man who told me that I needed to know Spanish. And I decided I don't want to have to know Spanish. Boy, do I wish I would have learned Spanish now. Like, I'm literally kicking myself in the ass because it was one of those moments where I made the choice and I chose wrong, guys. But I can order coffee in French.
Can you?
I can order coffee and I can order a cheese sandwich.
So bad.
Did you want to try and teach us some Francais?
No, it's a bad time. I can barely even speak English. No, that's a dirty thing.
Oh, bad boy.
So dirty. Wow.
I kind of missed the overlay when Lycan's talking.
I know, I missed the video. I want to try to get with him to do stuff where I could capture video for him while he's doing stuff.
That was our halftime.
Well, that's a good thing, too. People in the chat room, people listening to the podcast, please, if you guys have any questions or suggestions on more suggestions, let me know. A couple things I actually threw around. One of the things was maybe going back and doing some of the old dungeons or raids and doing those as the lore behind the bosses that we meet in each one. If it's something that you're interested in or for something else that you'd like to see me to do, email me, liking@PWNCAST.net. Email, you can get a hold of me on Facebook, you can get a hold of me on Twitter, you can get a hold of me. My battle tag is still liking hashtag 1312. I'm not changing it.
Gammon.
But please, lore on Gammon's a good one.
Stop him, really. He's begging for information. He wants to give you guys the good stuff. Giggity.
I'll take it anyway and get it. This is Lycan's actually walking.
As Remedy says, $20 is $20. I think it's going to be... If you guys have ideas, let him know. And I will oblige with video.
When the movie comes out, if you guys want more lore on the characters behind the movie, that can do as well.
That'd be cool, though.
That is good.
For sure, for sure.
I'll understand the movie a lot more. I was gonna say I'm now like the least knowledgeable with lore. Like Sam Bell is able to.
3 times tonight, man.
I'm out. Sorry, I'm out. Bye, guys.
I only know stuff because it's stuff Lycan's taught me. It's the only reason I know anything. Yeah, but I don't know anything else. I didn't know any lore.
But at least you're able to absorb it and then regurgitate it. Like I some of the stuff that you quoted this show, I remember watching previous episodes, so I was like, "Oh, way to go!"
I can remember what's said on the show, but if you say something to me outside of the show, I have zero memory of that at all. I have no memory.
I guess we're not going to talk to you before the movie.
It's just, man, dude and bro.
Who is that? What role did he play?
Do we have a pet battle?
Heck yeah!
There's no notes in anything, so I don't know what's happening.
You're sick. You just
it's
all there.
I don't know what's going on.
It's in Braille. You just have to follow.
I'm waiting till we're doing our weekend WoW to take my medicine because it only takes 15 minutes to kick in.
Oh, you're doing the medicine. I do
take a shot with you too.
It's a blue-purple. It's Mucinex, and it's going to put me...
perp.
Yeah, it's good.
Don't you mix it with Sprite first?
No, I just...
That's some ice. Get the ice, though.
In Canada, we take little tablets so we don't have to taste that nasty stuff.
Because you guys are smart. You have it all figured out. You have your fucking bags of milk, and you have your tablets for medicine.
I almost went to the store to get a jug of milk today. Yeah, I do have a segment, actually. I went to a pep battle event. I went to a pep battle party. Have you guys ever been to a pep battle tournament before? I have now.
I haven't.
Yeah, well, you guys didn't show up. I think all of you were invited, but there was a good turnout.
I just supplied the money. That's all I did. I'm just.
Is that who was? I think I wondered who was funding the amount, right? So Kilgrave ran it. Bell donated, which was great. Fellow Canadian from the guild. It was great because I went to this pep battle tournament. People have suggested to me before I should run one, or it's a lot of work, and of course, if I do one, I want it to be a certain way. It's same with Kilgrave actually, and he ran it went very smooth. I like some of the setup that he had. He had kind of like a round robin type of. I know it wasn't a round robin, but he had everyone kind of fight a couple times, and then they went to the next round, and a lot of good turnout, and it was really cool because I was watching. I was just there to spectate and support this amazing event, and I'm watching 3 different pet battles go on at once, right? So you can actually see the pet battles going on, and I took a couple screenshots. It was great. So very successful event, and it made me, I already knew this stuff was going on in the guild, but the guild has layers and departments, Bell's running the Hungry Games, which just happened, and all these different events, and it was nice to meet some of the other guild members that showed up to this event. So I didn't want to explain all the rules. I just wanted to say that the guild successfully ran a great tournament and ran by a Canadian, also won by a Canadian. Eeg, shout out to him. I met him for the first time. There's a lot of other honorable mentions
Eeg.
Who showed up. Yeah, do you guys know Eeg?
Yeah, he's one of my healers.
Yeah, is he?
Holy Paladin. Yeah.
Yeah, super nice guy. Has a better collection than me. I'm missing a few.
He's
I might
one of
have
our
to catch
officers.
up.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, well, of course. If you got a better collection than Jim O'Banks with Pet Battles, promotion instantly. Like, I'm sure he does other things great. But another Canadian, and again, a lot of people showed up to the event. So it was really great. I just really wanted to highlight that and highlight the section of how the guild does all these different events. And it was cool for me to show up to my first ever Pet Battle tournament. So that was really cool. Run by Kilgrave. There wasn't much really going on in like new news in the beta. The one cool thing is in beta you can buy stones that instantly grant your pets to max level. So at least you're able to build up some pets and fight the new pet tamers. So I'm not going to go into
Is that like with gold or like with like pet?
I don't know how it's purchased, actually. I'm getting a lot of my information with no research, reading my news feed like, the rest of the world. We don't have to research. It's all on the internet and our news feed. So from some reliable sources. So I think they took away those stones and then they re-added them back. I don't know if it was fixing beta. I don't know how they're purchased. So yeah, great. Shout out to Eve, the winner. Shout out to the guild for running the event. And the only other real thing that I wanted to let people know about when that new pet comes out, the 1,000,000 gold pet, I'm going to buy it.
You have the gold for it
and
because
you're
you're
gonna hate all the
hustling,
gold for it.
right? You're
Yeah,
hustling.
as soon as I buy it, it's like I want to be hyped and be like, oh, no problem. And then I'm gonna have no gold on the specific server that I spend it all. But I was happy to hit 900K, and we're gonna have the fund at 1,000,000 gold on the particular server, and just purchase it and regret it after. So
That's what I do. Purchase and regret. That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's how I live my life.
don't have
you
enough
went
for
to the
that
shop, man?
spider mount.
I do that all the time with Hookers and Blow.
And that's why I have so many fucking
Purchase and
nerd boxes coming to my house. I'm dreading it, literally.
I bet you're gonna wait for
Just
the
buy
mailman.
him one. Buy him, make it fair.
Well, I bought one for him. Isn't that enough?
No, you have like 3.
I know.
I think at this point it's not on a
I'm
fair.
about to get a fourth because I've seen another fucking comic book nerd box that comes every month, and I've just got to learn to say no. I
don't
only
think
did
it's
the level up this one time because I wanted the Lord of the Rings shirt. I'm canceling level up after that because I don't need a shirt every month.
It's a long sleeve too, and it's fucking summer already.
Oh, is it long sleeve?
Yeah, I have it right here.
You live in Phoenix. What the hell are you going to do with a long sleeve shirt in Phoenix?
Sweat more. Yeah, and it's black. Just show it.
And it's black.
So obviously I had to have it, right?
Precious.
Literally, I had to have it because it's Lord of the Rings.
Sorry, Loot Crate. I'm giving you guys a big shout out right now.
Yeah.
It gets cold in Pittsburgh.
That's like the world's biggest shirt. Is that like a 2X?
No, it's supposed to be an extra large, so I'm just gonna shrink the hell out of it.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
extra
that's
medium.
That's extra.
No, this is like the hood version. So like, how much?
I wear double X.
I'll send it to you.
So, yeah, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. The pet battle thing that the guild does. So
That was great.
We're increasing our events too. I haven't figured out how just yet, but obviously we have a little bit of a lull between July's festivities, right? The pre-patch stuff, it's going to be, I think, the end of June, beginning of July, right? Remedy, you will correct me if I'm wrong about that, but there's going to be lots of
he
stuff.
will.
Yeah, he does not have a problem telling
He's
me when I'm
typing
wrong.
to you right now.
Yeah, but we're going to be doing a
Type
lot
checks
of
and
pre-patch
football.
stuff, right? So
Yeah.
if you're currently not subbed to WoW and you did buy Legion or you do plan on buying Legion, you want to sub around July. July is going to be your month when you want to make sure you come back. Make your gold, buy your game time with gold, buy it with money, whatever. You want to come back in about July. You want to start ditching all of your Warlord stuff, sell all your bullshit mats you've been hoarding.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do all your collecting of your stuff. So I'm trying really hard not to sneeze. This is really difficult.
Say orange.
I know, I'm gonna. grab my nose and it'll be fine.
Just plug it and you'll be fine.
It's what I've been doing. I unplugged it obviously for the show, but you guys don't know this, those of you watching, but there's been toilet paper right here for the last 24 hours.
No secrets here. We let you know our secrets to become.
Think of a nose ring. Think of a nostril.
I'm not
ring.
ashamed, guys, because there is no honor in sickness. There's no shame when you're sick. I'm a big baby when I'm sick, and it's the only time my husband gets cuddles ever. Can
I post
when you're sick, he gets the cuddles.
He does. That's the only.
What a lucky man! Shout out to
Can I post
Gar.
a picture of right after BlizzCon?
You totally can. I don't mind. Do I have a picture?
I have a picture of both your noses stuck.
Oh, because I got the con sickness.
And then you gave it to me and my family.
Yeah, I did. So my boys got sick recently, and obviously I'm a hands-on mother, which means I'm in their face giving them kisses when they're sick. Naturally, I would get...
I hope they're already taking meds.
Well, they're already fine. The boy had to go... The 6-year-old had to go to the hospital, and then the other boy, we had already had the meds, so he was already... We started giving him that stuff, and then I have to have the adult version of the medication but it's definitely the flu because I had soup earlier, and it was the first time I've eaten in 24 hours, which here's to losing a little bit of weight, so I'm happy about that.
Cut out that gym time.
I know.
Taco Tuesday tomorrow. Be all right back.
So in regards to subbing, so they're going to be doing pre-patch stuff. I've seen a little bit of how the events, because they're going to be doing, thank God, instead of just some bullshit stuff on Shattered Beach or whatever we had to do for Draenor, or it was like a 5-second quest line and then that was it. We were like,
Iron
that's
Starlet.
it? Yeah,
Iron
that's it.
Starlet.
That's what we got, that and you get a ring, right? Okay, so this is the whole pre-launch event like this. Now they've taken that and they are doing, a series of events to get you hyped. We're going to start seeing elements of Legion. You're going to be able to do a Gnome Hunter sooner. You're going to be able to do a Demon Hunter. You're going to be able to play it sooner. Those of you that
you can do... Sorry to interrupt. We can play Demon Hunter before the launch, right?
Yeah, you can.
I forgot about that. That's cool.
So
I'll make a DK now.
You want to take advantage and you want to sell all your mats. You want to do all your prep work. You want to go do all your collections, right? You want to go collect all your transmog stuff so that when it's live, you're able to have those in your collection so you can easily transmog. Yes, this system is destroying, auction house money for transmoggers, but there's still going to be those of us who didn't want to collect it. So you're still going to make your money off selling your transmog stuff, so don't nobody have...
taking the vendors away, so our yak mount, which probably just you and I have,
it's going to be just fine. Like, it's really going to be okay. I spent
my vendor
20 grand on my transmog. I don't even mind.
That's nothing. I spent 100K.
But we've been doing, I was talking to a couple officers the other day, I want to beef up the events because I want to we have now between July where it's awkward for people and I want to keep people here. I want to keep you here. I want to keep you playing. I want to keep entertaining you, giving you reasons to stay subbed.
Well, you and your officers do a good job of that. Like Kilgrave's already planning another tournament. Aja's doing raiding with Normal and the other people, and you got a good set of officers running the guild or guilds the right way to entertain for sure.
They really are good guys. I'm very fortunate in that aspect.
Aja even showed up to the tournament, and she's like, "Can I pet battle you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I pick like these cute little pets because
you thought she was going to be an easy win." I forgot to bring that up. Thank God you brought it up.
One of the pet battle bonus events, her and I we were like pet battle buddies, and like I told her a couple good pets, and she shows up with this monster team, and I've got these cute little pets to battle Aja, and she's just like, boom, boom.
He totally thought he was going to get an easy meal, and she just, because anybody that knows Aja in real life, she is an overachiever. She was not happy unless she's the top of all of the things. So that's so funny.
And I had one of my best teams ready for her, and when her team actually probably would have beat my best team, which would have been an even higher victory. So she's on her A game for sure. You dirty intro maker.
I fucking love it. Yeah, so sometimes with the intros, I have a little bit of a creative block because I save the intros to the last minute. If I did them the beginning of the week, I wouldn't have such a problem with it because I used to do them. But I'm fortunate where she has a little bit of a dirtier mind, so some of her stuff is warranted on that type of basis. She does a really good job with that. And shout out to Remedy, who did help me with the show notes. When I tell you guys that I'm sick, I'm not even being dramatic. He had to explain to me a lot of the things that we talked about because I didn't understand them when I was reading them because of the cold medicine. So I literally had to have my hand held today because we don't miss a show, guys. Dead, dying, sick, cancer, tumors. We don't give a fuck. We don't miss a show. You suck
Cut it
up.
off after the show.
You fall apart after the
Birthdays,
show.
family
you know?
events, you're gonna be on the show.
Yeah, we don't give a damn. We do the cha-cha, whether we want to do the cha-cha. But it is a good time to talk about our week in WoW, because I actually have a week in WoW. I'm very excited.
Do you want to start? Or is that out of,
yeah.
You want to give her the...
Let's start, Lycan. What did you do this week in WoW?
What did I do? Did my mount runs, of course. And, of course, not another freaking mount for another week. But I do want to talk about running mythics. They're not hard. I'm not even going to explain that they're even hard or not. But when you're tank and you're in, say, Mythic Everbloom, and your tank says no fucking shortcuts, don't sit there and argue with me and say you're going to do friggin' shortcuts. Oh, this is just bullshit. I can't believe we're doing it. And then you decide to go up on the side and sit there and wait for us to cut all the way around to that first boss. So you go to, the big tree boss at the beginning. I hate doing shortcuts.
LTP, bro. LTP.
Yeah, but I hate doing shortcuts.
Why?
It took cost. It drives me crazy when everybody wants to do shortcuts and I fail at friggin' parkouring.
That's the thing. I agree with him. So there's two things. I think Everbloom is an easier one, but I used to get really mad when they try to skip bosses and there's always some guy on the left or the right to pull the trash. There's a wipe and then makes the run longer. I think that's where Lycan's coming from.
But we had the DPS to plow through this. And you always had that one guy that wants to go ahead and skip all the bosses. And of course, he's the only one that's not in the guild. So this was not any. We had 4 guildies in there and 1 non-guildy. So, and also, if you're a hunter and you have misdirect and you have barrage or whatever else you want to go ahead and use, please make sure you use your fucking misdirect.
Were you?
Let it out,
It feels like you were running with Grin and Remedy, because when you run with these fucks and mythics and they're on doing stuff, they misdirect to you. They pull the boss to you. They kill you.
I told him to do that. I told the hunter, misdirect as much as you can to me and we'll get it done faster.
I feel like...
he would just start randomly shooting things and start disengaging all the way back towards the instance.
Nice. So it was not misdirecting to the tank.
Right. Misdirected me. I mean, I can handle a lot.
Misdirected me?
Misdirect to me.
I heard misdirected me.
I've had that once. That was a whole different story. But, we go in there and, poor Anta, I kind of put her on a chopping block today because you've ran mythics with me and dungeons with me. I go crazy. And Aja will attest to that. She knows exactly how I can stress a healer out. And I just went. And I never stopped from the time we started.
You stress a healer out? You would never do such a thing.
To the very end.
No.
As a matter of fact, she died twice on the final boss. And I think we had 30% left on the boss. Yeah, I don't need heals, by the way. And I sat there and tanked that big over top of Stormwind guy. No problem. So the skill level was there. But if you're going into an instance and you're going into mythics, or even if it's a stupid random, please listen to the tank. If the tank's being a tool, kick him. But I wasn't even being a tool. It stressed me out so much that I sat there and going, I don't know if I want to go back into tanking.
Man.
I was screaming at my computer.
That's just because you don't want to tank.
My minions were looking at me
Holy's
going...
gonna be awesome in Legion.
I know Holy is going to be awesome. You're right.
We don't have a Holy Priest.
You're right. You're right. You're so right.
Shit.
My kids were looking at me from the living room going, why is Dad yelling at the computer screen and why does he look like he's going to explode?
Well, because
I'm
we're
usually a
all...
calm guy. So, that was my weekend one.
So, Hunter, if you're watching, you better listen to...
I feel like it was Remedy, because they do that. They're rude.
No, I like it.
No, see, I like it when, like I said, I love when people...
Yeah,
when
they know what they're doing.
Right. Whether they're doing it on purpose
Those guys
and
are dicks.
misdirecting the heels.
They know Lycan, they know how he runs, so it makes sense.
Yeah, no, those guys are dicks. They do it to me. I hate doing... What if we were doing time walking with those guys? And it was Miguel and Donovan. It was an awful time. They kept killing me. I was getting pissed the fuck off. And I was just like, fine, I give. I'm just going to lay here and die. You guys are going to keep doing it. They thought it was hilarious. Pretty sure.
No.
It usually is.
I mean...
You need the add-on that cancels misdirect.
I need the add-on that sets them on fire when they are mean to me.
There's a potion you can take for that now. A neural silencer thing.
Mm-hmm.
That prevents them from misdirecting to you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah. Lycan can make them for you.
Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna have to check into that. Jim, what did you do this week in WoW?
I had a fun week in WoW. So I met this gentleman, Neil from, is that server Medivh? Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not saying because I get yelled at last time.
Neil, Neall.
Yeah, nice guy, super funny. Well, very like dry humor. I almost want to claim him as a Canadian as well. So he does a lot of runs, achievements, and streams, and I kind of
raid.
Yeah, open raid.
I know who he is.
Yeah, good.
Nice. You're right. He's a nice guy. He does a lot of stuff.
List.
He is, but it's only because he wants to be PWNCAST social media manager. That's the only reason I know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Where did Lakin's camera go? That picture, I can't even deal.
You guys are making fun of my picture.
Why did my camera just turn off?
I don't know, but it was so weird because of that derp face.
Can you guys actually go cross-eyed? I have to put my finger in the middle of my face. That's the only way.
Now Sam's. Oh shit! And Belle's camera.
I see mine, but Jim's is frozen and a derp face.
No.
Hang on, let me get this. Somebody screen cap this, please.
No.
It's not like that on mine.
Yeah, it's just you, bro.
So on mine, you got your frozen. Yeah, like
on mine,
ice cold.
I'm gonna fix that right now.
Guys, you're effing up my weekend. Wow, don't make me cuss on the show, okay?
So turn off your camera and turn it back on, Jim. Because,
are you sure?
Because it's frozen on mine, which means it's frozen on the streams. That's so. Now you guys get to see Jim's flex, right? Yeah. Chica, yeah.
So yeah, I did some runs. It was nice for me too. Oh, I'm looking at the playback. What a nice picture that is.
I got the derp face. I wanted to make sure that
derpy face and flexing on the show. I love it. So I got to do some runs with him because, you know, now that my monk's more of a main character and the first character I'm gonna level up, I don't have that cool transmog from Heroic Kaimal, Blackrock Foundry, potential mythic run. So it's perfect, just like how Belle was saying, some things to fill in your time. It's great for me. I'm running, you know, these different raids with him, and he's a good leader, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Of course, I'm doing my followers. Belle also mentioned, she's talking about selling all the materials. I've been selling a lot of my materials like crazy, and like the power-up potions and the 1,000 Conquest token, the Champion's Honor, sells for a decent amount.
Those are great gold.
Yeah, I don't need that. I can get Valor no problem. So, and I have been doing some more arena. I forgot to talk about arena last week in my weekend. Wow, it seems like whenever I have fun in arena, 3s or 5s, I forget to mention it. So I did some more 3s this week, which was not as fun as last week, so it didn't go as well. But you know, some 3s running, making that gold. You know, we only have a couple more months of this very ritzy expansion, right? So make the gold while you can, like Belle was saying earlier. I think I did more. I mean, I did the Pet Battle bonus event. I wanted to sell, but you know, still hustling, Belle. I'm still hustling, but
is it a hustle if you're not?
Yeah,
I'm hustling.
You're hustling too. Like you're working hard for these hungry games.
Yeah, but it's not hustling. I'm not.
It is. You're working hard. You're putting the pedal to the metal.
You're hustling, and you have to be stealing, right? There has to be like.
That's your definition. Maybe
some type of illegal activity.
Maybe in America, not Canada.
Well, I guess, yeah, you guys are really nice in Canada, so I guess your guys' version of hustling is a nicer version.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to mend the two worlds. You know, we can.
I got it.
But it's just dried up right now. I'm trying to sell some pets. It's more of a buyer's market for some of the newer expansions. So when I've got some more tips and tricks to sell pets, I'll talk more about it. Right now, I'm really just making the gold off materials and the garrisons still. So that was my week in WoW.
Wow.
I enjoyed the rating.
That was a great week in WoW.
I know, right?
They're saying 5s are going to be removed in Legion. How do you feel?
No, that's a troll comment.
You don't.
Oh, I could see them doing it. I don't think they are. I think just because Remedy's such a lady, ladies are stronger than the way he's acting.
Does anybody need any honey?
I'm sweet enough.
I have a great husband who's been taking care of my very grumpy self.
I like that dark guy. Nice guy. No, they're not taking out 5s.
That's what I heard. I heard a rumor.
We have breaking news, but we'll talk.
We have breaking news, but Belle doesn't know how to read the breaking news. So is it really breaking news?
Yeah, he's going to be a reporter. He's going to report accurate
Sauce,
information.
what did you do this weekend? Well,
a whole lot of nothing. I've been extremely busy with work. By the time I get home, all I want to do is go to bed. However, Holy Sauce, my Holy Paladin, did get to 100 today.
Whoa,
nice!
Like 3 this morning.
I'm already 690.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I finally did get Shadowmourne. I did get to see all the toys
Oh,
and the
you
mount.
did a lot this week for not doing anything in WoW.
I had a day, I've been up since 3 a.m. So, yeah, that's about 200k gold if I sell all that stuff from the quest.
That's nice.
But yeah, I don't know.
You really did go 93 to infinity today. Before I left for work, you were at 93.
I was 93. I went hard in the paint, dude. But other than that, no mountains, just hanging out and
Biding time to Legion, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm undecided on what I want to main, but it's all for the better of the guild.
No, don't give up. Play your priest. It's like
There's so much change that even the guild's gonna change on what they're maining. Like, I wouldn't even.
But don't compromise. Like Double D says, play what you love, right? Play that class. So
yeah, but
Are you calling me
I'm there for the guild.
just while you've got double Destro spec for the rest of the expansion, that'll end. Hashtag Double D.
I'm
sorry.
so amused by that.
Oh, we got
Double
the show name.
Destro.
Yeah.
We do got the show name.
I was gonna
thank
say
you.
Sniffles, but yeah, Double D is
No,
better.
that's
actually.
great because I get the show name from something that stuck out when I watched the playback. That's
Hey, did they ever? No, calm down, Jim.
giggity.
Sorry. Behave.
But that was really it. And, got a new bill that I'm not a fan of, but it's life. Life
You
happens
can tell
this week.
people his car broke, guys. He wanted to. I'm going to tell the real story. So here's the story about a man named Secret Sauce who plays on a busted up ass computer. It's broken down. He has to reboot. The shit sucks. So him and I have been trying to work out building him a PC. Well, his PC budget just got shot to hell because he now has to pay to have his car fixed because the tranny took a shit. Right? Transmission? Yeah.
Transmission engine.
So bye PC. He has no computer. I mean, it's a shitty computer. Barely plays WoW. So if anybody out there wants to donate a computer to Secret Sauce, email us.
I take parts.
bigbootyhose.com. No, seriously, he needs a computer, guys. It's epic. But if you have extra spare good parts that we could build him a nice something, make sure you let us know because he is a brother in need.
Yeah. So when you tank at 2 frames per second and you're tanking with your boy Tyrion
Yeah.
and you're just spamming buttons hoping that they're connecting,
It's a bad
you
time.
got issues. Yeah.
That's a bad time.
And we still kill Archimon, that means you're doing something good.
For sure. I'm sure we'll be able to. I mean, Jim still hasn't gotten a desk, so.
He has the desk. He doesn't have the...
No, he does not have a desk.
Oh.
No.
All right. I was trying to help you out.
He
homie.
has a beautiful microphone. He has a great, beautiful new setup for him to go like pro status with his pet battle videos because his pet battle videos are already pro status. But we're talking about taking that pro status to like Donald Trump status, right? He wants to be like Mike.
I need a new PC too, but the desk comes first.
Oh, you do need a new PC.
A lot of good well, I don't need one. I want one.
So,
I
yeah,
want
there's a huge
more
difference.
power. Yeah, I want more power. And
I did get that reference because I'm a fan of Tim the Toolman Taylor.
JTT. But yeah,
Huge
so
when
hopefully
I
we
was
have.
a teenager, but we won't talk about
You
that.
don't say.
Yeah.
Desk hopefully coming soon.
Let's just build you one.
you.
Gym house near you.
I was gonna joke around and say, David or Secret Sauce, I'll build you a.
You just
a
said
PC.
all of our names today.
I know.
I failed. I was the first one to fail. I need to go through like shock therapy. So every time I say one of your names, I need to be electrocuted.
Well, I'm sure we'll be able to acquire you something to play on that doesn't explode.
Yeah.
But my week in WoW actually had a week in WoW. I made a point of not doing Legion stuff and giving myself some
break?
time in game to practice what I preach as far as maintaining your love, right? In between stuff. Sometimes it gets boring. You got to find things. So one of the things on my bucket list is Lore Master. So one day we're all in Zoom and we're hanging out and I'm like, let's do Lore Master. Yay.
Yay.
3 hours later, I'm in Zoom. Whose fucking idea was this bullshit? Why am I here? What? I finished Eastern Kingdoms.
In 3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours I finished Eastern
not too bad.
Kingdoms. Now I'm moving into, I think I'm going to do Northrend next because Northrend's my favorite area. It's my favorite continent. So Kalimdor, I have nothing there. I have 0 out of, because I didn't level there at all. I leveled Eastern Kingdoms. So there's like 4 maps that I need like 100 quests on. I don't have not even 2 in that whole zone. So it's going to be a really bad time. Miss a Pandaria. I have a lot of stuff on Pandaland.
Yeah.
But
I would
I also
hope so.
map hopped a lot too to level Bell. It was just so grinding. However, I did enjoy seeing the old stuff again. I did enjoy, because I leveled the shaman, so a lot of the stuff in Eastern Kingdoms is fresh in my memory because I did it on the shaman. So I enjoyed being able to go back in and do it when it's not so serious, and I just remembered being in, Red Ridge Mountains and getting, I think Bell was like, what's it, like a level 10 zone, level 20 zone? You had to hit shit with a stick back then, Burning Crusade. Literally, like, you're just hitting shit with a stick, and you have to level your staff. You have to level your weapon skill.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
just literally like fucking hitting crabs with sticks. That's what you did the whole time. But I enjoyed the nostalgia. I enjoyed it a lot, being very reminiscent of the old times. So I enjoyed actually doing it. I was really upset when I was sick. I logged in last night, attempted to maybe do something, and then so the way that the sickness progressed is yesterday. Tomorrow is my anniversary, my wedding anniversary. So me
Nice.
and Adminella, we go to do secret anniversary stuff, right? So I start to feel like shit halfway through the day, and I'm thinking it's going to be fine. It's just a little bit of a sore throat. Like, I'm a G. It's going to be fine. No joke. From like an hour time span, I went from just feeling a little crappy to on
From
death's,
100 to 0.
like on death's doorstep. And I think my husband thought I was just trying to get attention from him, and I'm like, no, I'm really dying. Like, something's really wrong. And then of course, doctor today, and I have the flu. I didn't even know you could still get the flu, but I don't get the flu shot, so.
No, don't get it.
No, I've never gotten the flu shot
No,
because
you'll
I
be fine.
just don't. I'm not a fan.
That's like drinking the Kool-Aid. Don't do it.
Well, so I did go and do secret stuff for Dark, hoping to get him back into gaming soon. I'm hoping he'll be ready to.
Not gaming, Warcraft.
Well,
right?
even if I would rather him be doing anything on the PC. If he wants to Overwatch, go Overwatch. Like, I'd rather see him do something on the PC, because I'm trying to steer him away from console, because he's been playing a lot of Xbox, right? I'm needing you to not be doing Xbox stuff. I need you to be on. I'm just being a selfish wife, guys. This is what it is. But that was my week, and wow, we had Hunger Games yesterday. I was sick at that point, and I was late, and I was feeling bad. It was a bad Hunger Games,
That's
and I
right.
apologize. I was not hyping people up like normal. It was a really fast Hunger Games. I definitely did not do my due diligence with. It was a great games. Brutum, literally, her and Cal just annihilated people, and then
Yeah, I heard
Brutum
she was
annihilated.
kicking ass and taking names.
This is just it's the nature of the games, man. These PvP guys that are PvPers in the guild, they come in and they just fucking wreck people that aren't, doing the PvP, because ultimately, if you don't PvP, you might get your ass handed to you. But it's fun for all involved, so they had a good. It was good. She won like 100 grand or something.
Were there bounties on her?
Yeah, well, no, there was bounties on other people that she fulfilled gladly.
Oh, wow.
So she won. There was a ton of money that she had made off that. It was a good games, though. It really was. This is how you keep your guild active: is you keep doing games. You do events for them to give them a reason to sub until the fun starts. So, but I've had a couple. I've been off my game, guys, because it is what it is. But that was my week, and wow, I'm hoping by the next time we have this chat next week, I will have
A
I'm
week
not
of
gonna say
rest.
all of it, but well, rest, of course, but I would like to see Northrend and Kalimdor done.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to bring it up and hold you to it then.
Well, guess what happens? I'm going to be doing my reputations after. So once Lore Master's done, then I'm going to be on the Lycan train. I'm going to be doing all my reputations. I'm going to get revered in all the stuffs.
Revered?
Or exalted.
I was like, what?
60.
The process. Revered in
Is it 60 reps? Is that what I'm...
60 for the beloved.
Damn.
You're fine.
I barely got 15 in my leveling.
You might
Who
as well not
didn't
do
have
it.
rep with Stormwind? What do you mean I'm barely getting exalted with Stormwind? This barely happened 2 days ago. I got exalted with Stormwind. I'm like, well, that's embarrassing.
LTP. How'd you do it? Did you just put the Did you put the tabard on?
No, I just in the leveling zones, I was getting...
Oh.
And you could tell that I map hopped a lot on Bell because I didn't have... Yeah, that's just... But really, I chuckled, and people congratulated me when I got the Stormwind rep, when I got it.
Oh my god.
I got the achievement for it. I'm
Level
like,
100 getting Stormwind.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. I can't... Oh.
It's like being 6 years old and learning how to ride a bike.
So, if you're at having the end of expansion blues, find something that you hate and do it. Make it a force of love, and then you start to love it, and then you have those achievements that you did. Lycan did the Beloved. He probably hated every fucking second of it, but now look at him.
You're muted. Dog.
You're muted, but I know you're excited because you're now the Beloved. Nobody can say you're not loved.
You were.
Am I muted?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Muted.
How does it feel to be loved?
I've always been loved.
Well, on a grander scale.
I mean, how can you not love this?
Yeah. I mean, it's easy. Just kidding. Just kidding. Guys, I have a confession to make. I'm going to talk about our Kickstarter, and we're going to talk about the BlizzCon thing, but I was real mean right before the show. In the interest of full disclosure, I don't like to be dishonest, right? I was really mean. I was saying hateful things, and the reason is because I'm sick, and I'm like a 5-year-old, right? I'm such a brat when I'm sick. So it was not a good start to the show. I was really mean to my guys here, and it's not nice
I don't
to be
think
mean.
you were.
I was being mean to them.
No,
I was being mean,
she's
and I was
lying.
being nasty, and I was pretending like I didn't do anything wrong. But let's be honest, I was being an asshole. So I'm admitting that I was being an asshole.
You were being a jerk face.
I was being a jerk. But see, it's beautiful when you can admit that. It's the people that don't admit it that are crazy, right? Crazy can admit they're crazy. Crazy doesn't know they're crazy.
There's a lot on your plate right now. You know, you had Hunger Games the other day.
Yeah,
You got an anniversary.
Because I'm sick. Don't make excuses for my behavior.
Don't
I'm
worry,
sick and a big
Dark's
brat.
gonna get some cuddles. You're sick. He's gonna get
Yeah,
some
you're
cuddles.
good. You're gonna get him sick now.
Oh goodness, I'm having hot flashes again. Okay, so let's talk about
The Toronto Raptors and their big win today.
what is that even? Who
Happy
are they?
Victoria Day! Shout out to all my Canadians. Happy long weekend. How about this beautiful
Who didn't
weather?
even know what Victoria Day was before
I
the
googled
show?
it.
They
He's
did.
lying.
Is Victoria
I
Day
can
your
Google it for
country's
you.
thing?
I think so. Yes.
you're
Just like
bad.
Family Day. You guys have never heard about it, but we celebrate these days because family is important.
We celebrate that every day.
I
Huh?
want to talk to you guys about the DitchCon 2016, the Kickstarter. I'm going to be having a conversation with Lycan and Stone. They don't know, but Stone knows the conversation. I don't think Lycan knows. We're going to be doing some streaming this week, and we're going to be streaming 4 backers for the Kickstarter to raise awareness to make sure that we get funded. We have 45 days to go. We're at 40% funded. We need to be at 100% funded so Belle can stop having meltdowns. So, we're all going to be streaming some random things. I'm probably going to be streaming Legion, knowing like he's probably going to be streaming Overwatch, and then Stone's also going to be streaming In Our Honor. Whatever bullshit I don't really care what they stream. They can stream themselves in the potty, and I don't even mind.
Whoa.
We might get donations.
I'd rather you guys put the shoes on your head than really sacrifice.
I did do that last
our
year. It was
reputation.
$25 a shoe, but we just want to raise a little bit of awareness for the Kickstarter. And also wanted to let you guys know that if you are wanting to donate, the link will be here. And if you're wanting to attend, admission is free. You don't have to be going to BlizzCon to go to our party. If you're in that area, if you're in Anaheim or you're in close proximity, or even if you're just in California and you want to make a 5-hour drive
SoCal.
to go to the party, do it. Who cares? We'll see you there. Toilet time with Stone. So here's the Kickstarter for those of you watching. On the Kickstarter is the link for universe.com. We have like 130 in attendance so far. So make sure you get your tickets. I lost total train of thought in the middle of that.
No. Everyone knows.
So at this DitchCon thing, you should know that there's going to be a twerk off. I'm going to
So
try to
let
get
me cut
Jim
you
to
off
rap.
there. Hey,
Can there
sorry
be a
to
rap
cut you off.
battle?
You guys, sorry, I didn't hear that. I apologize because I'm being rude. Why don't, as well as twerking, which is cool, why don't you guys do a moonwalk off as well?
We are. There's
Oh, is that already?
It's already in the
Where have I
description,
been?
actually.
That's where I've been. Yo,
It
what did
actually-
you say? Sorry, I cut you off.
It actually does say a Michael Jackson dance off.
Here I am. I'm like brainstorming on my week off. I'm like,
No, but I
this is a
think
br-
I think we should do a rap battle because
No, I'm too hard in the paint. I've already been judged on the rhymes that I've given for free, which
you're
are
a rapper,
freestyles.
and this is your chance to make it as a
No.
big
Oh,
rapper.
I forgot that in my week in WoW. Actually, this guy redid Wu-Tang beats,
He did.
and his name's Random Beats, and he named it WooCraft. And most of you won't care, but because I'm a Wu-Tang fan and a Warcraft fan, he did very well. It made me want to start.
I think I seen someone post that on Facebook.
It's probably me.
Yeah,
Or
he
maybe some other
probably
people.
lip synced it and probably did a cover. You guys don't know this, but Jim is a rap extraordinaire. Okay, he's like the next
Jimma Banks.
Eminem without the
No.
M.
The NEM?
Melt in your. Never mind.
It's so weird. Things just got awkward really quickly. Guys, we're gonna have to get out of here. I need to take my shot of medicine. Because
do it now. Do it. Cheers.
Take it to the head.
Let's see your medicine face. That would taste better in pill form, America. Oh
Cool.
yeah, no chase. Straight.
Yeah, no chasers. That just dilutes it.
That's Mucinex.
That's not even the good stuff. It's not NyQuil.
It's the Mucinex nighttime. I'll be out in 10 minutes. I'll be drooling in 10 minutes.
Shit don't work.
It
Can we
does.
get a
I took it
picture
this
of that?
morning.
Yeah.
I had my toilet papers in my nose, but I'm sorry that the show might have seemed a little off. It's probably just because I'm sick. I do apologize.
It wasn't.
I know, but I feel like I did not have a lot to bring to the table tonight. You guys definitely got your opportunity to shine here, where I did not. Oh, my daughter would love the dab. So, if you guys are watching this, give us a like, give us a comment, banter back and forth, tell us how you feel. Reach out to any of these guys for any questions that you might have on pet battling or raiding or lore. Follow these guys on Twitter. All the Twitter's right today, guys. Hello.
No one. Yeah, no one cared that I skipped pet battles last week. Everyone was
Nobody
like,
cared. Nobody
"Secret
cared.
sauce, yeah, he's raiding." And they're like, not one.
They were all just excited you rebelled against my process.
much.
They were pretty excited. I got emails saying...
Really?
Yeah, I did. I got an email saying, were you upset about that? And I was like, no.
Every once in a while, I like to do what I want. And Secret Sauce is not the new guy. I want to be the new guy again. He's
you
been
miss
around
the
since
new?
BC.
Do you miss
I
that?
do. I think I'm in the wrong square.
What?
Oh, you
Well,
wanna
that's
get the
another
bottom?
topic for another one. But this Secret
But
Sauce
you
guy's
got
been around
moved
for a
up,
long
though,
time.
right? Like, you
I
moved
like
up
being the
a
new
square.
guy. I'm the young guy. You know, you guys
Yeah.
are teaching me this whole podcast world, and I just
Yeah.
feel like I should be in that last square.
So
But
you want to
enough
be in the
about me.
last square? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, for when Bloke comes back, I can look up to him. Last week, I looked up to Lycan. I was like, "Hey, Lycan." I know where the squares are. I can look. Hey, Belle, what's up?
I can move you a square. If you want to be the last square, I will let you be
I'm the new
last.
guy.
Why do I
Secret
feel
Sauce.
like we're on an episode of Hollywood Square?
Yeah, right.
We watch that shit on YouTube. Fuck, it's such a rabbit hole when you're doing anything on the internet. I
I
don't
used to
even know.
watch Japanese game shows. Those were the best.
All right, guys, we're going to get on out of here. Make sure you comment, like the show, subscribe, do all those things. More Legion videos coming. Make sure you guys go to WarcraftPetBattles.com. Give him love over there. He's at like 5,000 subscribers.
Yeah, we did
He's
get
the man.
no website. Warcraft Pet Battles on YouTube. Check out the PWNCAST YouTube channel as well. It's growing in numbers very rapidly. So thanks if you're watching this on the channel. Thanks for the support and thanks for subscribing.
I'm going to put Jim in another box, guys, next.
Whoa, did I get you? Just have to ask, you shall receive. Really, with Secret Sauce, really like, hey, can you get me up a square? He's like, I'm not the guy. I've been here forever. So another favor to you, Secret Sauce. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, man. I
These guys
super
are so
appreciate it.
fucking weird. All right, we're going to get on out of here. They're dabbing. We're out of here. I'm going to do the chat.
Medicine, cha-cha.
I already did that. It was disgusting.
It's the night.
So, Nate. Where'd Nate go?
I'm here.
Oh, you look like you're
It did look
frozen.
frozen. What is that?
I don't even see your camera anymore. Is that?
You don't see it?
I do.
I don't.
It's the Infinity Glove, dude.
Nice.
It's like, it's supposed to be an oven mitt, but I won't use it for that.
Yeah, no. I have that shit.